What's good, neighborhood? So, here's to hoping everybody's been having a solid Wednesday so far. Honestly, today's been... well, I mean, work was a little on the frustrating side, but I can rant about that later. Anyways, we're off the clock now, so if you're here to chill, have a little bit of fun, just check out some comfy gaming while I decide to make an attempt at grinding for the newest Prime Warframe that showed up, then y'all know what to do. Pull up a chair, kick up your feet, make yourselves comfy. Just remember to leave your shoes at the front door so we don't get any footprints on the tile, the carpet, or the furniture. Excuse me. But, yeah, let's not spend any more time on the preamble. We got plenty to do, and we got 3 hours to do it in. So, it's game time. Let's get to it. Interesting. Huh. They added an option to mute the title screen music. Okay, I guess it's not so much a structural update with the game.
Ordis has been getting tired of waiting patiently for your return, operator.
Okay, looks like a new Nightwave battle pass. Skins for ship, weapon, Sandana, spontaneous singularity. The orbs that strike targets will explode immediately with a 90% bonus damage, and an 18% chance of singularity that pulls in more targets. Interesting.
Hey.
I suppose it's time to get cracking.
Ta-ta, lovelies.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was using Temple for everything he's got, and also doing some leveling up on some weapons, it would seem.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
Okay, so I've already already got the Archon Intensify. And then Archon Vitality, that's the fire one. Well, let's go ahead and take me back to my comfy frost build since, yeah, it has been a hot minute since I have done the damn thing on some Warframe.
Operator, Ordis is picking up a distress signal. Wait, no. It's just the corpus peddling their wares again.
Get off the emergency frequency!
Rhino heirloom skin. I guess I'll add it to my wish list, but I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. The Signa, however, yeah. That is kinda neat. Faruna Demiana skin. Looks like a sarin color palette. Looks neat. That Styanax skin looks amazing. Hey, what's up, Andre? Good to see you, man. Woo. Ah. Yo, did you watch both parts? Did you watch both parts? Oh my god. I actually took a watch back through it myself, and I'm like, damn, this game really is bad. No, but seriously, it was truckloads of fun, too. Seriously, if it wasn't for the fact that we live 2 hours, that we live a 2-hour drive away from each other, I'm telling you, we'd be doing more of those reviews more often. Like, I know for a fact we'd be getting back into it. Oops, I am going the absolute wrong direction.
Hey, came to trade? Or did you find some Iatan treasures you want endo from?
Let's see. Do I actually have any decent items or sets to try and set up shop with?
on the verge of war. Take your sweetness where you can. Keep it moving! Rumors were true. The vault of history?
Chroma, nope. Death Cube, nope. Garuda, nope. Gauss, nope. Ooh, don't have a full Hero Prime set anymore. Hildren, Hydroid.
Look at you, looking so fine. No wonder your Uncle Tessin's proud.
Okay, so Inaros. We've got that, I guess. Next, Oberon, Octavia.
Look at you.
Ooh, I have everything but the Revenant Prime blueprint there.
No wonder your Uncle Tessin's proud.
Saren, Sevigoth. Don't have all of Titania Prime. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Trinity Prime I do have.
Rumors were true. The vault of history is open.
Voban, no, Volt, Wisp, Wukong. Damn, so I've only got 2 sets. Oh, guess I'm going out and grinding for it the old-fashioned way. Which, hey, I don't mind at all. Hey, what's up, Demonic? And if you're wondering, I was literally looking through that, and nah, I don't have the blueprint for Wukong Prime. Let's check and see what I've got here in the always be crafting, Forma especially. Yep, nothing on the blueprint, just the components. Well, I mean,
Operator,
if I do
I've
wind
run
up getting
diagnostic
the
regressions. All systems
if I do
nominal.
wind up landing
You
the
don't need to
Wukong
thank me.
blueprint at some point, then, you know, I'm going to wind up having the whole set, so if I'm going to be trading anything, it's going to be the full set.
can tell you understand.
Okay, so it'd be a good grind. Maybe not the defense just yet. Let's see if I might be able to drop anything useful for the team here. Oh, when I jump back to the orbiter, I'll see which ones I've got.
You're
Or at
near
the very
a
least,
fissure.
how many of them I've got.
The enemies are dropping reactant. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
There you go, everybody. Enjoy your overguard. There's more where that came from.
The relic has been cracked open.
Nice.
Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Already 10 reactors. Oh. Oh no! No, 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 no! Just a few castings. I have
That's the
a cement.
reactor. Expose its core and destroy it.
20,000. Overguard.
That's it. Now get out of here.
Down this way. Just a medley. Okay, so we got the Harrow chassis off of that one. Nope, not that way. This way, stop here. Will I be able to float far enough? Nope. Alright, that should cover us for a little bit. What was going on right there?
Another job well executed.
Ooh. Oh, that whole thing with, what that whole thing with Randy Pitchford, what that did? What it did was actually further prove that with AAA, with most AAA developers, like it's made clear that they're just not in it for the gamers, right? They're in it simply for their investors. Okay, let's take a look here. Wukong Prime Systems. Excuse me. Okay, I might be able to spare one. The question now is what you were planning to trade for it.
Operator, Ordis is sorry
Happy!
to report that all my good jokes are gone.
But no, it's still just flabbergasting. If you're a fan, you'll make it happen. And then tries to cite, video game pricing back in the early 90s when, number one, he cited it from a year that was well before the actual economic boom in the US, and number two, this was in an era where gaming consoles were still only 100, maybe 2. Right? In some instances, the games cost more than the consoles at retail. Oh, gaming consoles were enormously cheaper. And then we didn't have to worry about, having to pay for extra essentials just to be able to play, like, an internet connection, or having to worry about updates or subscription services. Right, DLC.
Flattery charges my battery. Some people ask where they can send me gifts.
That kind of...
Some wanna take me out to dinner.
I'd say that kind of arrogance is just plain bonkers, but it's Randy Pitchford, so the unfortunate part is that it doesn't surprise me.
Was in love once with a man, face of an angel, morals of a chainsaw. Against which we must be forever on guard.
I mean, honestly, that Legendary Drops video that I posted in the Discord, watching that and really taking into account what he was saying, it's actually given me some inspiration to try and get back into working in RPG Maker. And if I can complete something either in RPG Maker or Mugen, something of my own? Hell, I'll put it to you this way. No matter how long my game is, I wouldn't sell the first one anywhere over $20. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, Captain Blood, $25.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. The corrupted enemies are dropping reactant. Collect it to open your void relic. Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic.
There we go. Now we got a full team coming in. Seriously? Like the Xbox Game Pass is just
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
really solid. Like the only reason I hate Xbox for Game Pass is because I don't have an Xbox. Oh, speaking of greed being anti-consumer, though, you hear that the PlayStation Stars program is being removed from like Sony's removing the PlayStation Stars program?
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Ooh, hello, Epitaph Prime Blueprint. Yes, please. I'll take that.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Right? The concept is a wonderful idea. The problem is that Sony is shit at marketing. And then there's also the simple fact that PlayStation Stars can very much be it can very much be a net positive for the user base, but you know how Sony is with taking shit away that might actually benefit something other than their investors.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
No themes, no avatars. I mean, honestly, it's just an absolute joke.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Pseudo Prime Receiver? Yes!
We're done here. The extraction team will take over from here. Time to evacuate.
No, that's exactly it. Like if it benefits gamers, Sony ain't here for it.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic.
Oh yeah, Ben was absolutely correct.
A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Defeat the corrupted and use their reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant.
Yeah, but Bungie was failed by their CEO.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Extraction is ready.
Oh, that's what happened!
Unless you can handle more of the
They
enemy.
changed up defense missions to where it only takes 3 waves until extraction instead of 5. Ooh, and there's my Yareli Prime chassis. You're welcome.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You found a fissure. Look out for
really say
reactants.
much of anything beyond that.
The reactant is working on your relic. Find more.
Marathon is toast.
You're making waves, dreamers. I can feel it.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. Multiple biosignatures detected. We've got infested incoming. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
We could say that Pete Parsons wasn't the last rat to flee this sinking ship. He was the rat that put the holes in it. Or at least contributed a lot to the holes. Okay, let's finish this up real quick.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Everybody out. Almost got the place cleaned out.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more
There we
of
go.
the enemy. We're done here. The extraction team will
Oh.
take over from
Oh,
here. Time
then-
to evacuate.
You don't have a type? Then wait until the update drops for the first Descendant tomorrow. Brother? Dynamic motion. I'm sure you can guess what that actually is. Okay.
Ready for action.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Oh, what?
Operator, are you enjoying the view?
I could actually set him up with Arcane Aegis and Arcane Guardian and, like, really turn him into a tank/support Warframe. Marisa, you say? That almost convinced me to take another look at Wuthering Waves. Almost. that's actually part of the reason I stopped.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic.
I mean, with Triple Z and Wuthering Waves, it would be one thing if it actually were a grind to get the characters instead of
You're near a
instead
fissure.
of dealing with the gacha systems.
Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant.
Hey, what's up, Zen? Oh crap! Got it.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic. And I am suddenly reminded of why I play Reinforcements
Warframe.
available. Do you choose to leave
Or at
now
the very least,
or
why I
continue
made
fighting?
this particular Frost build. Oof.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
whatever it was you wound up going in for surgery for, man. I hope recovery is treating you well. Get back out this way.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
You know, it's kind of funny. I mean, because you've got Frost with mods, and you've got Dante who can pretty much do it, you know, right off the rip. I mean, yeah, health tanking may be systematically weaker than shield gating, but learning how to pull it off properly has a lower barrier to entry, and honestly, I just have more fun with it.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Oh, what the heck. Let's go for one more. Do... yeah, Geo looks good.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
This way, that's gonna be 9.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
I appreciate the fact that the developers shortened the reward interval for defense missions now. I wonder if it's the same for like the other endless mission types too. Oh heck yeah, lighter in Triple Z? Yeah, lighter is literally K. Which actually, you know, makes me think that Alex Lee would be perfect for voicing him in English in the next KOF. Oh yeah, without a doubt, there are some really cool character designs in Scene 3. But after a certain point, just the lack of, the lack of there being any actual effort in unlocking characters as opposed to just, random chance from the gacha. Took me out of the game real damn quick.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? We're done here. The extraction team will take over from here. Time to evacuate.
Alright, let me take a quick second to swap out this controller. Oh. Collector's edition handled by Limited Run. Can't be me, dog. Anyway, let's go ahead and take our first intermission. Give ourselves a little bit of time to get up, stretch, get some air. Maybe grab a little something to eat. But we'll be right back with more Warframe. The grind continues after the break.
This is how you turn this system around. I'll take you there, dreamers. I'll bring you.
Sorry, y'all. Tried to get back before the music started back up again. So it's funny. I'm seeing a lot of like back and forth commentary on Doom: The Dark Ages. Either the game is doing really well and people are liking it, or there's folks like I'm assuming most of us here in the chat that don't really want to touch it because of, number one, how they burned Mick Gordon, and number two, apparently, like, okay, one of the other YouTubers I tend to watch every so often is, what's his name? You know, Charlie, Penguin Zero, right? And Charlie, he was not having a good time of it. Because even on his PC, that shit was crashing. Like, regularly. Hey, what's up, Chop? Good to see you. Excuse me.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Use that reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
style, baby. It's all about knowing who you are and not giving a damn.
Okay, let's get to wave 3. Everyone's at various levels of 20,000 additional health. And oh, we got a Kome on the map as well.
Reinforcements
Grab it, grab it,
available.
grab it.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery. The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
Alright, come. Boom! 20.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. Heavy infestation ahead. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Alright, that's cleared. Wait, what?
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Yeah, nothing there. I'm gonna bow out of this one.
Very impressive, Tenno. You held them all back. Time to get out of here.
Exactly. And then that whole de-professional... Jagos, you beat me to it.
Flattery charges my battle. Some people ask where they can send me gifts. Some want to take me out to dinner. One lonesome old rail agent even asked Nora...
Wait,
Operator, do you know which finger the corpus used to count their money? The index.
Ubisoft fired... You said Ubisoft fired the... fired their lead creator on Assassin's Creed? That explains a lot. Yeah, wasn't it like fair play or something like that? She what? What caused it? Now you see that whole... Let's talk about that whole deprofessionalization thing. Alright? Because number one, that article itself, completely fucking out of touch, of course. But number two, what it's basically lamenting is the simple fact that, you know, it's possible that a lot of the bloat is going to be, you know, slowly, you know, start being shaved off of these developers and out of the industry entirely, because, you know, now you've got people in smaller studios that, you know, since they're actually putting their nose to the grindstone and really, you know, really working on shit out of passion as opposed to just trying to make a paycheck, then they're actually learning to handle multiple jobs, learning to wear multiple hats in development. I mean, you know, you've got character designers who are also handling, you know, some of the back-end code. You've got 3D modelers that are actually, you know, that are actually helping out with the writing and the story, you know, that kind of stuff. Exactly. A lot of these Ship of Theseus studios, like Supergiant, like Sandfall, like Clovers, you know, these are teams that are bouncing from, you know, larger studios, you know, to develop their own. Oh, another great example, Kojima Productions. Capture. Nice. Straightforward, fast missions. Let's do this. Dog, Neil Druckmann's writing is like fan fiction for 2020's Netflix slop.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic. Target located. Bring them in. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Success. The captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Words coming in of so many of you being your best selves. Nora is just beside herself with admiration.
Okay, let's pop over here. Oh no!
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Well, well. Looks like things are kicking off. Till then. Shall we?
Nothing interesting that I can think of right offhand, so let's continue running the mission.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. The enemies are dropping reactant. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
I literally only crossed that gap because of the speed boost from Volt. Not quite what I was looking for, but I'll take it.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Yeah, you know who may be a non-entity these days? These days, excuse me. But the problem is that the damage is still done. And there's a whole lot of course correcting that needs to be made.
Operator? Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
Howdy, Warden. Good to see you.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Corrupted foes are dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic. Target located.
Oh.
Bring them in.
I'm missing one. And got it.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Success. The captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
I just gotta keep... Last thing there, down here, and over here. Get rid of Prime blueprints.
Another job well executed.
Well, with what happened with your computer, with what happened with your computer that you mentioned on Discord, it'll probably be a good idea. I can talk honest to, start looking into upgrading or at the very least, modernizing, making sure that either your motherboard or at least your CPU is, up to current. What? Yeah, I did check out the Blades of Fire demo. It's fun for what I played of it so far. Not sure if I'll pick it up right away, but I do plan to, dig through that demo a little
when
bit
he
more.
realized that each time he cleans something, he makes something else dirty. Ah! There I go again.
Hey, what's up, Blue? Nice. Well, I do hope you have fun with it.
Target located. Bring them in. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Use that reactant to open a relic. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
This way. Right to the exit. Perfect. It's been a while since I've done a Prime grind.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Another job well executed.
Seriously, the fact that Captain Blood went through literally 20 years worth of shit and they still managed to deliver? Hell, that certainly gives me hope.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Go.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
Cube and Velox Prime. Huh? You're welcome, everyone.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
And what you were talking about right there, Jagos, with Dead or Alive, that right there is a perfect example of how a passion project can lose its champions.
Eliminate all Corpus threats. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? You're near a fissure. Corrupted foes are dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. Keep going. Nobody knows you're here. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction. Another job well executed.
Flattery charges my battle. Some people ask where they can send me gifts. Some want to take me out to dinner. One lonesome old rail agent even asked Nora to marry him.
Learning bad community lessons. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Your job is to distract the enemy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for much-needed supplies. Make your presence known. They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way. Tenno, prepare for life support. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Alright, let's see how long I can do this. I want to stick it out this mission long enough to get
Get ready for a capsule.
You know, Jagos, you talk about how, you know, there's a lot of these younger cats out there running their mouth about
Another life support capsule is now available.
running their mouth about how big and bad they are in the latest fighting games, and it really comes back to something that I was talking about with Scorpio a little while back. And, you know, something I tend to keep bringing up a lot, and it's just the simple fact that a lot of what's wrong, at the very least, a lot of what's wrong with, you know, the various gaming communities these days is, you know, one of the things that made gaming in the you know, decades like the 80s and the 90s, and even the early 2000s, just made it so special. It's the social aspects.
Life support has been replenished. I've delivered another life support capsule.
Like, you've got a lot more people in the community, as well as different developers and, you know, higher-ups and everything else, get pretty damn full of themselves simply because they don't have to worry about face-to-face consequences. And even then, it's not just face-to-face consequences, but
when they know they are not pure.
you know, there's a
The raid is off to a successful
disconnection.
start.
There's an isolation, you know.
Extraction is available if you need it.
Tenno used the keys, but they are mere trespassers. Only I, Thor, know the true power of the Void. Now I will stop them. Now I am changed. This death is temporary. My existence is forever. I cannot be destroyed.
Additional life support has arrived.
I'll have to double check to see if I can really take this one into arbitration missions and into the steep path. I feel like I can really do a lot with this forest.
Life support activated. Additional life support has arrived.
Here we go.
Life support activated.
Exactly, Dio. Oh, that's... I mean, that is...
The longer you fight, the
I
more
honestly feel like
successful
that's
you
a
will be.
different kind of hurt right there. You know, you walk... You know, you could, like, walk into a mall that you go to a lot, looking for your favorite arcade, just to see the closed indefinitely sign. Or even worse, you can see that the mall is closed entirely. Oh, Japan is going through that now. That's painful here. That is bittersweet.
Life support has been replenished. Another life support capsule is now available. Life support activated. I've delivered another life support capsule.
Let's pop in through here. Oh, we're already at extraction. We're at 13 minutes also.
I've delivered another life support capsule. Look what our Tenno operative just found. They could not do this without you. Life support has been replenished.
I guess I should.
Another job well executed.
Flattery charges my battery. Some people ask where they can send me gifts. Some want to take me out to dinner. One lonesome...
Oh please, let me get that Yareli Prime blueprint.
Intruders are forcing open this location's void portal. You are here to stop them. Void fishers, you need them to
Wait a minute. I forgot to set it back to public.
Sometimes Ordis likes to assume he knows nothing. Nobody can learn what they think they already know.
You know, that's a very good point. You know, for games that we want to see actually, you know, breathe and live again, the best thing we can do for them really is just to stream it. You know, if people catch wind,
The
they'll come
enemy
by.
have breached the void portal in this Orican structure. You are here to cut off their access and stop them from coming back. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Corrupted foes are dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The enemy are using a void key and a portable torsion beam device to force open the portal, destroy the key and the device. You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
You know what I think would actually be the answer to that if this was like back in '95? Going to conventions. You know, going to conventions, going to swap meets, you know, going to local arcades and seeing if you could like, you know, set up little entertainment setups like TVs and game systems.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. There's the torsion beam device, but they've taken the void key. Find it.
You should have brought more, Tano! You don't have enough!
More bugs! More shiny bugs!
Quick, pick up the key. You got the key. Now get back to the portal. The device is set on overdrive. Get through the portal before it melts down. Objective complete. The void key and torsion beam device are out of commission. The enemy will not be returning anytime soon. Tenno, there are still undiscovered supply caches in the area. You may want to locate them before leaving. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Yes!
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
And so, the grind truly begins in earnest, because now that I have the blueprint, I gotta get the rest of the components. Okay, Yareli Prime chassis. Here we go. You know, same here, and honestly, I honestly feel like that's really the best way to go about streaming, you know? I mean, yeah, you know, people are going to say that, you know, quick streaming growth is going to come from chasing a lot of the popular stuff. But the best thing to really do is just find something you have fun
Ordis
with
is picking up a distress
and
signal.
go for it.
Wait, no.
You know, find something you have fun with. Find something that you're interested in.
There is a large platoon of Grineer Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand
Actually, Andre,
their
with
fury?
as often as you tend to stream demos,
You're
you
near
want
a
to know what
fissure.
you could basically do to, like,
Use that
you know,
reactant
kind of
to open a
brand
relic.
your streams?
The reactant is working on your relic. Find more.
Dude, your streams could basically be like, you know, PlayStation Underground or the
Stay
PlayStation
focused.
Jam Pack
There's a heavy
demo
unit
discs, right?
approaching. Keep moving. None of the scanners
So
have
literally
detected
set
you.
it up to where, let's say you do like maybe 2 hours a day, or you know, 2 hours a stream, 3 hours, maybe even a full 4. Here's the reason why.
That's it. You opened the
Find
relic.
4
Finish your
neat
mission and
demos
we'll
that
take
you're
a
having
look
fun
inside.
with,
The
and
enemy
then
is broken.
just pop
well
in,
done. Now get to
play 'em,
extraction.
talk about them, review them, get, you know, get people hyped for them. I feel like that could be really cool. Yareli Prime chassis. Yes! 2 for 4.
Mission complete.
Exactly.
Excellent
You ain't
work,
gotta-
Tenno.
You know, you ain't gotta... You know, if it's boring for you to play, then it will be boring for others to watch. So definitely don't, you know, don't stream anything that you know is gonna, like, put you to sleep out of boredom. Alright? I mean, hell, what I kind of want to do is see if I can, like, you know, pull up one of the PS2 or PS1, you know, pull up DuckStation or RPCSX2,
One
and actually
lonesome old
download
rail
like
agent even asked Nora to
the
marry him.
ISOs for, you know, the different demo discs that came out back then,
Nora ain't the marrying kind, but thank you.
and just
Was in
stream
love
that stuff. I
with a
mean,
man.
I know the
Face
full
of
games are already
angel.
out long
Roars
since,
of a
but
chainsaw.
think about it like this. You go back and you're
We all
playing the
have a
demo
type,
disc
don't
with
we?
like the original
But
demos
this
for
is
Xenogears and for
forever
Brave
gone.
Fencer Musashi, for
But damn,
Armored
he look
Core,
good in a
Spyro
suit.
the Dragon, right? You're playing all those old demos and literally just the demos. And just, you know, reliving the hype and reliving the memories from when you first played those demos. Like, oh man, I remember when I played, you know, first time I played Xenogears. I was chilling out with one of my friends. We were sitting in front of the big screen TV. You know, it was a Saturday morning, right? And just all the fun that,
Operator,
you know,
the
all the
system
fun
needs
that's
you.
associated with that.
Will you
man.
begin another mission?
Oh, hell, I might probably sit down and stream Tekken Tag Tournament at some point. 'Cause that shit was just fun. The different endings for the characters. Tekken Bowling. Tekken Bowling, man. Okay, what did I pick up this time? Alright, blueprint and chassis. Okay, Axis for the systems, obviously. And Lith Y1. So Axie Y1 and Lith Y1. Y1s are for the systems and neuros. Gotcha. Oh, tag 2 was fun too, but yeah, I was talking tag 1. I mean, hell. Like, when I was in high school, there was a donut shop right behind my sister's place when I was staying with her, and I would go there.
We have got an infestation. Extermination is the only
I
option.
cannot tell you how many times I would go
Void
there,
fishes.
actually.
You
I
need
think it was
them
pretty
to
much
open
like
a relic, but
at
are
least
you
twice a
confident
day.
you can withstand their fury?
And, you know, they had an
near
arcade
official.
cabinet for Street Fighter Alpha
The
3
corrupted enemies are
and
dropping
an arcade
reactant.
cabinet for Tekken Tag
Collect it
Tournament.
to open your void ball.
I would play both
Keep
of
fighting.
those
Look for more reactant.
constantly.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. A juggernaut nearby? It will only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested blood. Slow the fight if you want it to go away. I'm still detecting a lot of infestation activity. Let's clean it up. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. The Juggernaut. I think you made it angry. Good work.
Time to go. Hystrix, Fang, Lavos Prime. You know what? Go for Lavos Prime.
Another job well executed.
Don't need to go there. Yeah, I saw that thread, Dio.
The infestation has corrupted all life here. Let's clear it out. Void Fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. The enemies are dropping reactant. Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside. A juggernaut nearby? It will only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested blood. Slow the fight if you want it to go away. I'm still detecting a lot of infestation activity. Let's clean it up. That did it. Here comes the juggernaut.
I think I might have done this to the right.
Multiple biosignatures detected. We've got infested incoming.
I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm just moving so fast.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
I think I'll go for Okina.
Another job well executed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Kratos in the new God of War, in the Norse God of War games, It feels like they tried to reconstruct his character by deconstructing everything that led up to it. And you know how things tend to go when people, when people put shit out priding themselves on deconstructing what came before.
Sometimes Ordis likes to assume he knows nothing. Nobody can learn what they think they already know.
Seems like every last corpus who signed on to Alec V's project in the clouds have yet to be heard from. That's what I...
I'm detecting infested biosignatures all over the place. You know what to do. Void fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? You're near a fissure. Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. That was a juggernaut. They were lured out by the death of infested. Lay low and it should go away, or amp up the fight to draw it out. You have collected enough reactant to open your relic. I'm still detecting a lot of infestation activity. Let's clean it up. That did it. Here comes the juggernaut. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. Multiple targets ahead. Another job well executed.
Again, it's straight up gaslighting. Sounds like, no, that dude was a massive moron.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. Void Fishers, you need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. The corrupted enemies are dropping reactant. Collect it to open your void relic. Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You have collected enough reactant to open your relic. Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected you. Broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Alright, I think we can do one more mission. Capcom and franchise sales. I don't even drink, and we might need beers all around.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Defeat the corrupted and use their reactant to open a relic. Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic.
Fastest thing alive!
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors. You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
And nothing.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Exactly, that constant need for hyper-realism, or for, realism and, super high graphical fidelity literally just made it so that, a lot of games made in engines like Unreal 5 or, hell, even RE Engine, they just don't stand out. Alright, let's go ahead and call it good for tonight, you guys. I really appreciate you coming in, hanging out for these last few hours while we commence the grind for Warframe Prime. But, we had ourselves a damn good conversation in the chat today. Definitely want to, it's definitely something I want to touch on again. And I'm just looking forward to having everybody back here tomorrow, because tomorrow we're actually going to be dipping back a little bit into a, older current gen favorite. Well, a bit of a favorite for me anyway. But tomorrow we're going to be jumping back into some Godfall. I've been wanting to get back into that game and just kind of, polish up on my technique and just get back to playing it. But that being said, I'm going to let y'all go for this evening. Again, great talk. Great hangout. Just discussing...
Ordis wonders, why is he here?
Just discussing, modern trends in gaming. Modern trends in, how gaming is starting to course correct. It's definitely a conversation that we really need to keep up. And it's one that hopefully we'll see start bearing even further fruit. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go so I can get myself some dinner, get ready for bed, and I will see y'all back here tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's Thursday, it's Godfall, it's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, y'all remember the 4 big rules of hanging out with your favorite rookie. Stay happy, stay hydrated, stay gaming, and as always, stay good, neighborhood. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.